Ladies and gentlemen, from the Oval Office of the President of the United States. Good evening, my fellow Americans. There are some interesting developments going on that I wish to discuss. First off, it's become pretty obvious to me that as of yesterday and today, there have been multiple busts on the drug carrot in Los Angeles and Las Vegas. Praise God. We will continue our drug busting capability. I spoke this morning to FBI Director Louis Freeh, and we spoke again this evening. We're going to use whatever power we have with the funding that the FBI has from Congress, along with U.S. Marshals and law enforcement, to stop the spreading of drugs, especially for underage kids. Here's some other developments. The Middle East Peace Conference has been moved from Munich, Germany to Malta. Going there is UN Ambassador Madeleine Albright. I will be reaching out to her sometime very soon. It is my hope that the conference goes well, that everything moves in to its proper place. So I'm hoping that is what happens. I am open to 12 questions. Yes.
Duke Carlisle from the Blake Carter Show. My question to you, Mr. President, is this. Because of a trial of a federal official that you had dealt with, worked for the SBA, there's impeachment of a federal judge going on, but the Senate is looking into halting that. What are your thoughts on that?
I decline to comment on that. If you ask me about the trial, it's sad. The judge has a distinguished career, but what happened in that trial, based on his instructions, was a miscarriage of justice. We can learn to do better on that. And because of this trial and the problems we're having with that drug carrot, the criminal justice system needs help. And I am not giving up on that.
But there are some, Mr. President, that are comparing you to the Bush administration and are saying that, quite frankly, that the Bush administration had a bit more class.
But let me be firm with you. You and your boss are some damn conservative libertarians. I've been a little backwards for you people. And I'll tell you something. We can show conservatives some class, some flair. Last Friday, Hillary and I went to the Kennedy Center for a few hours to enjoy a show. A show that just came off Broadway. She is having more musicians of various genres and cross-culturally come to the White House. We are stronger than ever before We have made some changes. Yes. Juan Williams, NPR. Is it true, Mr. President, that Secretary Christopher is resigning, and who are you slated to put in his place? Yes, he is resigning. Now, I decline to comment who I intend to put in that place until the time is right. You will know when that happens. Now, I will come on in my next press conference in a few days and discuss what we can do as a country, the positions that will be brought into the White House. We need a breath of fresh air. I'm aware of that. Yes.
Paula Jones, NPR, Mr. President. My question to you is this. Are you expecting any vast improvements based on what happens at the conference in Malta?
It is hoped that we will. The conference in Kuwait City went reasonably well, although I've got to say the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia seemed kind of angry. I've spoken to Secretary Christopher about that this evening. He is reaching across to kind of soothe tensions with Saudi Arabia.
What outcome do you expect on the Middle East peace process tomorrow in Malta?
I'm expecting some sort of mutual agreement. Whether or not I'll get that, I don't know. I've also spoken this evening with Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. We are hoping for some tension to ease in the Middle East and for there to be some healing. Yes.
Dirk Colson from CBNC. Mr. President, my question to you is this. Now that you've passed welfare reform, are there any further agendas that you are planning to put into the economy?
There is one provision in the Small Business Reauthorization Act of 1997. It may be passed separately. The nickname for it is going to be Grant Give. I have been told that it has bipartisan support.
Despite the fact that the Supportability Act for small business is dead in the water in the Senate.
I don't know. Blame Dole. He lost the election. What can I say? And Trent Lott is not willing to open negotiations for it. So chances are by December it'll die in the Senate. Yes.
Cody Drain from Position Points of Radio News. My question to you, Mr. President, is this. Is it true that James Carville is considering his attack agenda against Ken Starr? And what does the White House intend to do about that?
I decline to comment.
Mr. President, despite the fact that Diane Stone's tell-all book, along with her daughter, with Whitewater, in that they blame you, that you weaseled them to take a part in the deal?
I decline to comment.
But yet it's a serious matter, Mr. President.
I understand it's a serious matter, but I decline to comment. Next question.
Mr. President, Leah Cambridge from the Society page. My question to you is this. The Supreme Court is getting ready to hear Paula Jones's case against you. What insights can you add to this?
I decline to comment.
Despite the fact that her lawyers at times are considered settling.
Settling is not an option with what they're asking for. So I decline to comment.
But do you deny still that you sexually harassed Paula Jones?
How many times do I have to say this? I did not sexually harass Paula Jones. I never asked anybody to lie. These allegations are false. If you don't mind, I need to get back to work for the American people. Thank you.